Mr. Speaker, as we mourn the passing on of Oduya Oprong, who unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, in 1994 was attacked and shot by a gang of thugs, and a bullet was lodged in his brain until he passed on Monday. I want to thank the former President Moi. He tried his best, took him to London, took him to US, but the lodging of the bullet was so delicate that they said if they remove it, it was the end of his life. So he has lived with this bullet. But more importantly, Mr. Speaker, I talked to the family of Oduya Oprong. A man who served 4 terms has been earning a pension of 9,000 shillings a month. And that's what he has been living on, Mr. Speaker. His children have been unable to go to school. 9,000 shillings a month. I want to urge, Mr. Speaker, the government and the majority leader, we should bring a bill to this House so that even those days who are not able to make a major contribution towards their pensions can also be factored in some way through budget, so that leaders of this country can be given some decent sunset. Because, Mr. Speaker, when you look at our former colleagues who even come to this House, the only 2 with a difference were Martin Shikuku the late and Gigi Ndenge, who come here, live without bothering any member. Shikuku even had the opportunity to prepare his grave, tile it, kept 6 bulls that we went there to bury him for people to eat. Everybody else, Mr. Speaker, we have buried former colleagues in very abject situations. And I want to urge government, Mr. Speaker, that former leaders in this country, not that they are any more important than ordinary citizens, but former leaders in this country should be given some honor, some respect, and some support so that they can be able, when they come to the end of their lives, they also leave behind a legacy, they leave families that people can look at. We shall remember Frederick Oduya Oprong as a man of peace, as a man of few words, but above all, as a man who, as a member of parliament, made a big difference in his constituency of Busia North, then later Teso constituency, which has been represented variously by the late Achia Ichakara, Pangras Otwani, the current governor of Busia, Ojama Ojamong, and of course, Ojama Ojamong's father, who died in a road accident in 1971, having defeated Oduya Oprong during his first term. Mr. Speaker, may the good Lord rest his soul in eternal peace, and may we all emulate the peace attitude, the peace-loving politics that Oduya Oprong practiced in this country, and may we live to see that those who are still living in those days, we have Nathan Munoko who was in the first Senate, we have Gitu Okahengeri who was in the first Senate, and a few others. There are a reserve of knowledge, there are a reserve of ideas that can help this country. Why were they those days not acting as tribalists the way things are today? We have things to learn from them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.